Hey everyone, it's Cece with One Green Pea. Today I want to talk to you about the rubber tree. The Ficus elastica is not called the rubber tree by accident. In fact, the sap from its leaves is actually used to make rubber. Now, that's not why I grow rubber trees. I've had rubber trees for a really long time. I love them because their big leaves just lend this cool tropical vibe. They're very easy to grow. They're pretty quick growing as well, and they're really hardy. This tall one over here is actually a rescue plant. I brought it home from its original location. It was not getting enough light. So I brought it home and have given it proper light. I repotted it. I'm monitoring the watering, and it's doing really well. I'll give you a close-up view of that in a little bit. But first, some interesting facts about the rubber trees. They are native to Southeast Asia and Indonesia. In India, in fact, they've actually been used to make living bridges. So an old tree trunk will be dropped across a river, and then rubber trees will be trained across the log. As the log rots away, the roots from the rubber tree will create a bridge across the river. Cool. Rubber trees are not particularly fussy plants. As far as care goes, they're pretty easygoing. They like a lot of light. So you can call it medium to bright indirect light, like most of your tropicals, but they can tolerate direct light, and they will suffer if they're not getting enough light. Water needs, just wait until the top 1 to 2 inches of the soil dries out before you water. They prefer a well-draining soil, so your standard potting mix will be fine, but if you want to amend it at all, you could stir in some orchid bark or perlite to make it a little more well-draining. And the fertilizer needs during the growing season would be the same as most of your tropicals. A nice diluted solution of standard plant fertilizer works perfectly. As far as propagation goes, just know I haven't been very successful at it. I have tried. So the best method that I have researched is stem cuttings. So you take a cutting of a stem that has at least one leaf so that you can have leaf nodes, because that is where the roots are going to grow. And then you put that stem in either water or soil. And as far as rubber trees, most people say that soil is actually the better medium. Now, I have tried that, and I ended up just throwing the cutting away because I waited forever and it never rooted. Now, what was successful is where I cut, and I cut from this plant here, the plant is actually branched out. So it acted as a pruning, which was really helpful for this plant. So all of this growth here is new since I've had this plant. It had some big leaves that were just browning on the edges and looking terrible and ultimately dropping off. So this guy needed some SOS, needed some pruning to give it a spurt of new growth. So that has actually worked on this one. This rubber tree that I have, I like the growth pattern that it's doing. It's full and bushy and coming out from numerous stems. So I'm going to leave this one alone. But you know me, I'm going to try again on propagating. I just love to experiment, and I'm not sure why it didn't work the first time I tried. So stay tuned. So let's talk about potential problems. Like I've said, the rubber trees are really easy to grow and not particularly prone to any insect infestation. Some things that you might see: if the leaves begin to fade, then it's probably not getting enough light. If they drop off, then it's very likely being overwatered. When the leaves curl, it's probably underwatered. So those are really good indications from the plant that you need to adjust your watering needs. Other than that, though, I really haven't seen too many problems with my rubber trees. If you don't have a Ficus elastica in your collection, I highly recommend that you consider it. They're so easy to grow. They're beautiful. They come in loads of different varieties, some variegated, some with ruby undersides. They're beautiful. They're easy, and I highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that I provided a little bit of helpful information for you. If so, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me to know what kind of content you like. And if you're new to my channel, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Until next time, my plant friends, keep growing.